Hello, my friends. I'm still thinking about this letter, which I was sent by Kafka's representative. I'll just read it and comment on it. That I hope my son will also hear it eventually, or his friends, and will pass it to him. So, dear Mr. Lukjanenko, as you are aware, committal proceedings have been set down for the 26th of October 2016 to consider your breaches of various injunctions and for the court to consider if you should go to prison. I make some comments. So, it's quite clear that the court will decide whether I should go to prison. So, no one cared to establish where breaches of injunctions, not breaches of injunctions, no. Already established. So, only thing which is left to establish whether I'm going to prison or not. Fair enough. So where is the justice? I'm already being convicted before any hearing. Is it fair, Your Honor, Judge Karat, is it fair to convict me before hearing? To establish breach of injunctions. I do not think that I breached, maybe few breaches, but not more. Next. I have already indicated that as guardian I'm taking a neutral position in respect of these matters, and this will remain my submissions to the court. Well, it's very kind of you. And as you know, we took video recording from public domain. It's quite normal what you do. Strange just and my son, though. Although, as a guardian, I have very limited remit in these proceedings, I have visited your son, I don't give name, on the 19th September 2016 to discuss these proceedings with him and to explore the impact, if any, that the breaches of injunction have had upon him. Okay, my friends, what we can see here? We can see that obviously my son did not complain on any breaches until he got a visit by official. It was not a visit by a social worker, because I don't think that my son likes her at all. It was a visit from quite amicable person who can talk with him football, so he just visited him. If my son were very much upset by my campaign, I'm sure he would complain. He would complain to his foster parents. He would find ways to complain. Definitely, no. He did not complain. So it looks like this visit was organized deliberately, possibly just to get something from my son. So during this visit it became clear that my son has become aware of your public protests via a number of sources, including friends, and that this is causing him a degree of upset, anxiety, and distress. So, comments. They took my son against his will, kept him there against his will. Poor boy wanted to see his father more. Social worker said no, cannot see him more because he's loyal to you. He does not speak negative about his dad. So, break these links. So, they forcefully break links between me and my sons and trying to do it their best by very simple method, simply not to let us see each other. And suddenly, surprise, he started to complain about my campaign. I would not really believe it. It looks like he was get a bit of forced to do it. It was always a mystery for me. What could cause a child a problem if this situation occurs? my son, nothing to be ashamed of. You are being held by nasty people. They do not let you to see your father by force. And they want your father will shut up about it. And to accept that I see you 4 times a year or 6 times a year or 2 times a year, or not see you at all. You're my son, you're my life. How can I accept it? Hello, Pete. So he was aware about my public protest. It doesn't say that he found out. Obviously, he doesn't have free access to computer, obviously, no. But number of sources, including friends. So he cannot use computer, as I told you before, only very limited. So his friends are telling him. So I don't know which broadcast he saw, what he knows, when he saw. So there was no anxiety and distress strong enough to complain on foster care, but suddenly this anxiety and distress appeared. Pete, hi, we'll talk. Suddenly it's appeared when he got a visitor. As far as visitor, well, from what I know, Guardian, he tried to negotiate on my behalf some settlement, but they do not want to listen, so he just complied. Why he should spoil the relationship? Okay, good that he's neutral. It's already a big step forward, I would say. Thank you very much. That's why we are not going to mention his name or put this video in public domain. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so I continue. He said that he was very unhappy about you using his name and picture in your public protests in the community and via various social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, and that he was embarrassed that his private information is being made public against his wishes. I can't get it. His private information. So what the private information is, that he's in a foster care. So is it something secret, something it's something which my son has to be ashamed of? If his care is so good, if his father is so bad, why he should be ashamed that he stays in the foster care? You see? So they took him against his will and want to keep it in secret because it's something shameful. If authorities had nothing to be worried about, they wouldn't keep it really under the cover. Yeah, he would say that, yes, I'm in a foster care, I'm proud of my foster parents. So poor child has to stay in a place which he has to be ashamed of. I mean, suddenly they started allegedly to listen what he wants. The whole system is about money. I mean, to do with the best. Well, I know that, Pete. I know that, but we can repeat 1 billion times. It doesn't help anyway. So don't accept it. I mean, we can just talk, but my situation also is not quite easy. See, as a result, he has asked me to write to you and to ask you to think about the detrimental effect which this is having upon him. He did not say any specifics which detrimental effect. I can't think that he would just accept whatever they say, and he wanted to see me more. No, he wanted to come back. He wanted to see me more. He's not allowed. And this social worker said, no, he is very loyal to his dad. He never speaks negative about his father. And it was one of the reasons not to increase contacts. Do you see this evil logic? Because he loves his dad, he can't get more contacts. You see, that's about it. And now suddenly some detrimental effect. I wonder which detrimental effect. I mean, of course, children ask him about this, about that, but I can now say that I'm his dad and I act at his best interests. I act at his best. Oh, thank you. I act at his best interests. I don't want my child become orphan. He has father who did everything for him. He is all my life. So why I should see him 4 times a year? He could be under quite big pressure, but I would not exaggerate it. He doesn't get this. If he got really displeased with what's going on, he would complain about it already to foster care, definitely. I don't think that what he says to guardian is really his wishes and feelings. Yeah, these people, they like to extract real wishes and feelings. Wishes. So what is wishes and feelings? So I would doubt this is his wishes and feelings. What goes from what guardian said. He would request that you stop using his name, picture. I didn't use your name. I mean, maybe just few times, but your name is known because of previous broadcasts. I mean, not broadcasts from Council of Europe. Picture, and you are grown up now, so your picture doesn't really reflect how you look like. Any details about him in any of your protests, and would ask you to take down your social media protest as soon as possible. I'm not buying that. I wouldn't believe it. No, I wouldn't believe it. No. I'm telling to you, Medway Services, make normal contacts, make progress, working openly, honestly together, reunifications. I'm his father. I don't want him to be orphan, you see? So I will decide what is in the best interest of my son. You decide all for him. You snatched him against his wish. You kept him against his wish. You didn't let to see his death against his wish. And now you are trying to promote his alleged views. These issues are very important to him, and he would ask that you give them careful consideration. Well, okay, Mr. Guardian, with all my respect, I can hear what he will tell me. Please arrange for us contacts unsupervised. Please allow my son to read court documents. Please allow us to normal humanity to play in a park, to play football, you inhumane people. Then maybe will be no need for this publicity campaign if we work towards reunification. I'm his father, so you want him to forget his father. And if father is opposing, you want to shut his father and put him into prison. Isn't it disgusting, my friends? What is interesting, he got visits on the 19th of September, and he made this so-called life story, piece of life story, as this day. They kept it, they didn't send it to me. Only now, recently, when protests intensified, they sent it to me, see? So, let's see. It was, hang on. What strikes me in what he writes, what really, it is not his normal writing, I would say. It's too many, there are mistakes, he is under colossal pressure. Yeah, storybook, that's what they write stories, that, no, this, Medway Children's Services. Before I go to prison, I will not go. I hope, my friends, what was the reason? Well, I explained already a million times, it's on my wall, there was no real reason. They took him first time, left him alone for a few hours. English child climbed the fence, make some small fire in the garden, fire brigade came, put off fire, you see, no one in danger. And so, English child eats English breakfast. My son spent a year in care because of my protests. I got him back. After that, he got mental. Unfortunately, he got problems. I had to ask ambulance, and they brought police and take him back again. So this is in a nutshell. And they labeled me with the Holocaust trauma. Psychologist arrived. I have clean medical card. I have no issues with my psych. Yeah. So I'm Jewish, my father was in ghetto, and then she put diagnosis, Eugene has inherited Holocaust trauma. Okay, go treat your trauma after 70 years after the war, and your child will stay in care. But no one wants to treat me because I have nothing. 3 doctors wrote, Eugene have nothing to treat. That's what they do not want to accept. So all case became a fake. So that's what happened actually. Okay, it's coming back to, I'm just scrolling. So all is empty. All this life story is empty. what I like about my life, and then I can see clearly what he's being told. Settled in the placement. Oh my God. How normal child will use this word, settled in the placement? He starts to speak like social worker, supported by carers. I would be happy if my dad would stop protesting. So I don't believe my son just want to stay in care forever. I think he simply might not believe that I succeed to get him out of there. Next contact, I will tell my dad how I feel. Okay? Yeah, but then I should also tell him all, and I'll be not allowed to tell by these evil people, by these supervisors, you see. No, I think that they are very much upset when I call them Nazi. They are very much upset. They do the best interest of the child. No, you don't do best interest of the child to make my son orphan. No, not best interest of him. You can put me to prison, but you will not stop protests, not at all. It's so easy for you to stop protests if you make normal contacts with my son, if you let me and start to work towards our reunification. No, they just keep him like a prey, you see. So you will not stop. Not me, not my thousands of my supporters will not stop. It will only become worse. But they are playing with my child, you see. They punish him, they scold him, and they, your father again complains that we try to do for you everything, you see, again. Because it never goes from him. It only goes when he's got visitors. If he were so upset by, as he called, protest campaign, he would already told by himself. He will know how you have fought for his welfare. I mean, I don't like those talks as if it's everything is finished. He will know somewhere when I will die. I don't like that. No. You know, I'm quite a resilient person. So he's 14 years old. I want him back now. I don't want to. He will know somewhere. I think it's so. No. What upsets me about my life? Of course, it's written just Dad needs to stop. And hardly read it. Posting private information. Internet. What private information? That you are in a foster care. This is a private information. So that's what he is told, what he has been ordered to tell. It's very secret, shameful information that he's in a foster care that no one is supposed to know. If it's so good, so why to be ashamed of it? You have to be proud. No, I don't believe he wrote it by his own. And then I can see this spelling mistakes which you don't even want to say. Something wrong with my son, obviously. People know about it, and then brackets me, and then his campaign. It's very confusing. And people know about it. Yeah. And then take down the Twitter account. Old Twitter account. No, this is definitely social worker. It's so stupid. Take down the Twitter account and his protests. So all Twitter account must go. Yeah. This is absolute evil what they do. That's what they do with other children, from what I know. He's not only one. They want totally to break my links with my son. So I hope I gave explanation about that. So I want just to ask again, members, please come to my hearing. So let's see how they will drag me to prison. And they can again use my child. They can say, you see, your child, you're abusing your son. He doesn't want your protests. And then you make those protests. So, not normal child will never would want that his father would accept a situation that he has to bring up with the strangers. Social worker confirmed herself that he is very loyal. He never speaks bad about his father. So, why he should be upset? So many children on Facebook at the same situation. Many children. But as they are afraid of this massive campaign which is going on of many different countries, obviously. I want my son come back home. It is not much to ask. I will never believe that my son would be against it because I know my son. And they said he's loyal to his dad. I did not abuse him. I didn't make wrong to him. Like a normal parent, you see. And I cared him alone since he was 3 years, 6 months. So, that's simple story. So I wouldn't believe these people, what they say. They could antagonize any child. They can do whatever they want. But I think this time they really chose wrong subject. I might start hunger strike on Wednesday. I was planning today, but I need to change placard on Wednesday. It's Yom Kippur Day. It will be good beginning. And I will tell people on a wider audience what's happening with me and my son. I would stop this campaign easily if I could see any progress from people. I can't stop it until my son is not allowed to see his father. At least. I'm not allowed to talk with him, you see? Last time I saw him, only I said that he's coming back home. Contact has been immediately stopped. My father called from Israel, 84 years old. It was like a big problem, so they blame me. I mean, people are inhumane, you see? If they have power, it doesn't mean they will have this power forever and it will never change. I will not let down my son. He was my life and he is all my life. He's coming 14. So, and that's about it. People will be proud of him and of me. If he's afraid of a publicity, it is a good publicity. And, well, he's not known really. I mean, his name is not known. His photo is not what is in reality. So, yeah, if he doesn't, yeah, you see, this is the situation. Hello, who is it? Lizette Cathrice, yeah. Every time when I complain on them, you see, it's not the first time, they come to my son and they try to get something in writing from him, you see. It's so cowardly. And they do it with other children as well. They might even tell him, I know it was a case with Andrea, they simply came to her children and said, if you don't disown your mom will go to prison. Can you imagine that? And they just wrote that they're disowning mom. You know what I mean? Isn't it disgusting? If it's disgusting, it doesn't mean that we should stop fight it. So, if I go to prison, I do hope my friends will continue. But I don't think I should go to prison. These silly people, they cannot even put a proper injunction. I don't feel that I break anything at all. They did not prove anything, but they don't need to prove. They already talk about various breaches, you see. Yeah. But it has to be proven. So the same judge who cut off contacts with my son, the same judge will decide whether I have to go to. Okay. It was so easy to finish this conflict. Oh, I don't speak Spanish, sorry. So easy for them to. All what they need is keep him in care and make him to forget his father. I don't know how this ideology, how this way of doing things even come to this country. Not in any other European country. I know that in France they're in the foster care, they could see their family can visit them, it's no problem. In Holland it's also. They never interfere in the conversation. So this Medway Children's Services, I mean, I told you that I only with my death I will give up on my son. So I wish my friends all the best. Thank you for your attention. God bless you all.